aquí, los creyentes de Nubes Arcoiris. Hoy es el 5 de mayo y quiero que usted fije en los comentarios que me dicen cómo va a celebrar. Ahora, para que te dé mi opinión sobre el nuevo episodio de Young Justice. 5 de Mayo is going to be so much fun. Hey everyone, so if you don't check out what I post to my feed, I just really wanted to tell you something really funny. So I woke up this morning and this arm, it was completely numb. Couldn't feel a thing. I brought my arm out of the pillow and it's like, I can't feel anything. And I was like, did I move my arm? And then I look and I'm like, oh my gosh, my arm's completely numb. Anyway, so throughout the whole episode, I was like so scared that the episode was going to be horrible, and I could feel tears at my eyes the whole time. I could still feel them there. And if you haven't seen the first season, you would think that the show is still as awesome as the first season was, but I'm still freaking out over where Artemis, Wally, and Calder are. But we figured out how Megan and Superboy split up, and overall the episode wasn't bad. I'm just still really kind of upset, so I'm still gonna do reviews. Anyway, so first things first, there was a superhero show right before the episode started, and it was Animal Man, and it was hilarious. I loved it. Okay, so they are in Ron, I believe that's how you would pronounce it, and we get to see Beast Boy as a cheetah, and I was like, oh my gosh, it's a cheetah, because I've actually pet a real cheetah before, and I really enjoy them, because they're awesome. And right away, they're in combat. We're seeing them fighting it out. So we see this girl with them, and I didn't know who it was, and she's speaking in an alien language, and then Miss Martian becomes their sort of translator, and they were speaking, and then we learn that she's the daughter of the guy with that other guy. You know what I mean, I don't remember their names. Anyway, so let the shipping begin with the new girl and the scientist guy who brought them there. Let the shipping begin, because I think they like each other. Anyway, so Beast Boy is getting more adorable with every second of that episode. He was just the cutest thing ever. I love the way he talks. He talks like Wally, and it's just so adorable, because, you know, he's wanting to get souvenirs, as you saw at the end of the episode. And him and Miss M, they're like adoptive siblings, and it's just so cute. So we get to see Beast Boy with that animal head of the new animal he saw, and he was like, oh my gosh, it's so cool, it's a new animal. Anyway, so they were talking about the production of the Zeta tubes with Zeta Shield, and then there was this cool train that came up, and you know the blonde guy who was wearing that red costume? Yeah, he did some pretty funny acting, not very good, but it was so hilarious, and I was tearing up the whole time, freaking out over everything. It's like, please don't let this episode be bad. The show is still good, but I'm just still freaking out over where some of the people are, what happened. So I'm definitely going to get the game Legacy that's going to be coming out, and I'm definitely going to play it so that I can find out what happened during those 5 years. Anyway, so we saw Beast Boy trying to set up Miss M and Soups. That was the cutest thing ever. He's trying to get them to remember the good times when they were still dating. It was so cute. And then they ditched the train by ripping it open, jumping out. Pretty epic. And they learned that the pretty plants are the ones that kill. Pretty awesome. So Miss M goes into that huge thing we saw, with all the aliens in there. And so far this season, I've noticed that Miss M seems much more powerful. For all you people who were saying she was weak during the first season, if you're watching this season right now, you can't exactly say that she's completely weak, because she acts pretty powerful. She even acts different. She doesn't act I haven't heard her say hello Megan at all, and I think she's finally developed her own persona, which I think is just amazing. It's so sweet to see her being her own person. Unless she got obsessed with another TV show and now is acting like that person. Anyway, so they planted bombs onto 6 of the Zeta platforms in there, and then there were some people coming in, and it was Angry Company from the last episode. And they have to have a new plan, and then the explosions happen early, so they don't have enough time to get out. And Beast Boy is so beast. He's like a beast. You know what I mean by that. I mean, he's super cool. So we get to see some translation of what the small aliens are saying. They write it across the bottom, which I think really helps us, because then we're not just hearing rah, rah, because it's really creepy hearing a bunch of aliens go rah, rah, and not knowing what they're saying. I don't know what I said. Anyway, so the one is like, I'm gonna capture them personally. And so when they're outside, I noticed there were two moons, one that was green and one that was like a kind of shade of blue. I thought the green one was really pretty, and it was huge. So yeah, and Superboy hears them being followed, and then there was this explosion, and then we're back to where we started in the beginning of the episode. So pretty much up to this point, it was just showing us what happened until the beginning. It's like, why not just start from where they started? It would make more sense. But anyway, so Soups saves the alien girl. I'm gonna just call her that since I don't know her name. And Beast Boy was being so cute. I think that Superboy still likes M'gann. And he talked to the alien girl about his feelings, then he told her that he was the one who dumped her. And I was like, Superboy, why would you do that? And it's kind of sad. Anyway, so Superboy dumped her. I want to find out why. So M'gann and Beast Boy do a good job. So M'gann comes, sneaks up on Beast Boy and hugs him from behind. And then he's running along, and then he stops suddenly. And he's looking at a waterfall. And I'm like, oh, Beast Boy. It was sad for me. And he became his human form, still green. And he was crying. And M'gann comes up, and Beast Boy was remembering the death of his parents. They get caught, and they're like knocked unconscious or something. And then they're captured. Okay, and then we've got these robots coming after them. And Superboy and the alien girl, they save M'gann and Beast Boy, so then M'gann wakes up, they can understand each other again. Anyway, so Superboy does a giant leap, and so does Beast Boy, and they get up there, and Beast Boy does some pretty cool thrashing around as a gorilla. And Superboy's like, you might just have made me change my mind about how I feel about monkeys. And I'm like, yeah, you did. You know you did, because Beast Boy is so cute. Like, Beast Boy's adorable. M'gann makes this small alien jewels, and then she takes something from him. I don't know what she took. And then Superboy and Beast Boy, like, they leap down. Pretty awesome, except Beast Boy turns into that bird thing again. And Beast Boy is now the souvenir collector, like in place of Wally, and it's kind of cute. But it just reminds me more of how much I miss seeing Wally on the show. And now we know that M'gann found out what happened during the 16 hours. In general, I thought the episode was pretty good, but I'm still like crying over the fact that we won't see Calder, Artemis, or Wally anymore. Also, look forward to next Wednesday, because I am going to be uploading myself speed drawing Superman, because I thought you guys would enjoy that. Please give me a thumbs up if you like this video. Gracias por mirar mi opinión episodio. Suscríbase encima de la cabeza de M'gann y ir a mi página del canal por encima de la cabeza de Artemis. Who else cried when they saw Beast Boy at the waterfall? It was the saddest thing ever.